today's price per square foot is $500, they're going to say, okay, we're going to look at the calculations at $400. So they're going to be extremely conservative to assess if that project actually can be successful or not. Which comes back to the point, you need to have a clear-cut project with no uncertainty that anything can change. Then people are willing to give money to the project. And I believe everybody here, we're all struggling right now in this economy. You're not going to invest $1 if you don't think you're going to get that $1 back. You want $1.50 back or $1.10 at least, yeah. Otherwise, you just put your money in the checking account and sleep well.
I have one more question. I've done my research on Western, and their projects have always been successful. And so my next concern is, in the event that the corridor does go through the town and country, what are the plans for the landscaping, and what type of additional parking is Western thinking about to help provide the Fashion Plaza with proper parking in the area for their new stores?
To make something very clear, the project will be a multi-phasing project, meaning the Desert Fashion Plaza, or portions of the Desert Fashion Plaza, will be phase 1, which means we will put in the street from the museum to Palm Canyon. Then we start renovating portions of the Desert Fashion Plaza, and then in the future phase, we're going to put the street from Palm Canyon to Union Canyon. So we don't have a project designed yet or landscaping plans what should happen in the town and country. What we need from the current council or from the future council, however its configuration will be after today, a commitment that shows clearly that I'm able, if I come forward with a project, to put a street in from Palm Canyon to Union Canyon. Right? As long as I come forward with a project that is consistent with the specific plan and the environmental document that was written for that, that I can put the street through with a project that I designed, then I'm going to be able to come forward with investors and lenders to provide financing for the Desert Fashion Plaza and for their future project on town and country.
Michael, I want to add something. I think it needs to be really, really clear what's going on here. And we spent over $400,000 for an environmental impact study. The city asked us to do it. And we've asked the city, as part of this specific plan, to put in that specific plan language that the environmental impact report says that they don't have to address the overriding concern for any historical significance of the town and country. And if they don't do that, the road's not going to go through, because either they're going to do it now while they're looking at the specific plan and approving the specific plan as part of the EIR, or if we 3 or 4 or 5 years from now come back and try to do it, we will be sued again. We'll have to do another environmental impact report, and we aren't going to do that. Right? We just aren't going to do that. So either the city's going to address it now, or it's not going to be addressed.
Let me rephrase that a little bit. And everybody's a business person here, right? So everybody take a step back for a second. I invite you all to participate in coming forward with an application for projects on the town and countryside. Let's call it a nice hotel with retail and plenty of parking, not an issue. So how much is an application like this? Probably from start to beginning, you have to spend $200,000 with planners and architects just to get to City Council and to Planning Commission Architecture Review to see if they like the project or not. Yeah? So I'm asking everybody here, would you give me money for that project if I promise you it will be a successful project and I will give you that money back within the next 2 or 3 years? Now a caveat, your first question should be, well, how likely is it that this council would approve such a project? My response would be then, well, the only risk that we have is that they're not going to approve it because the town and country has a historic significance and they haven't made a determination yet if they want to have a street going through the town and country or not because of its historic significance. So I'm now asking a question, would you give me money or do you think it's money down the drain?
Wait and see.
Well, everybody knows the answer. You would not invest. The same thing a lender would say, why would I give you money that's not clear cut if the community, which is represented by the council, is endorsing such a street connection or not? So I need a clear answer from the council, from the current council, the future council, if that east-west connection will be possible or not. Right now, the language in the strategic plan is not clear cut, but the council has the opportunity on November 18th, when they discuss the project, and the staff report will reflect that, to make it very clear that the east-west connection between the museum all the way to Indian Canyon can go to the town and country. And if that's possible, if they say that very clear cut, there's no ambiguity, then I can convince the retailers, hence the movie theater and the bowling alley, that this is an option in the future, and I can tell all my investors and lenders that is possible, and they get the comfort zone that the project will not fail. Let's face it, in the last 30 years, since the Braun built the Desert Fashion Plaza, why has not anything happened in the Desert Fashion Plaza? Because there is no connection to Indian Canyon from that asset, from that particular location.
Is that corridor that you're speaking of still planned as pedestrian only, non-vehicular?
The project was never ever planned as non-vehicular. I'm from Europe, I'm from Germany, I've lived 10 years in New York, I moved to California. The reason why I say that is, wherever I lived before, people walk. I don't know what's wrong in California, people don't walk. Everybody can, you all tell me like, it should be only pedestrian, like Third Street Promenade in Santa Monica. I totally agree. The retailers will not come. The retailers have choices. Any location they want to go, they will not come if there's a vehicular connection. I'll make that statement. Let's say the Desert Fashion Plaza is done. Let's say the street connection is put through to town and country. Let's fast forward 10 years. The project is successful. The future council decides, you know what? We want to make this only pedestrian and we're not allowing cars anymore. As long as the site is successful, that is an option that can then be discussed with the retailers. In order to get retailers here today, you need the traffic circulation. People are coming to Palm Springs with a car. Yes, they're going to park in a hotel. Yes, they're going to walk around. But they want the opportunity, want the option to drive around with a car. That's just the way it is, and we will not change that pattern. I'm surprised, as probably everybody else, when I moved to California, that's the case. But you cannot fight what the community, what people want in the state.
Chris, did you want to say something?
Just to say that I think the council fully understands the importance of that east-west link. That east-west link is on the master plan for the downtown. It's been in plan form since 1992. It's been very obvious, I think, to the city that link, how important that link is. I think the council in April stood very strong on their feeling for that east-west link and the importance of it, and following what our current general plan shows. That issue that John and Michael both mentioned regarding a firm statement as to the outcome or what the specific plan shows for that link will be in the staff report. It will be on the agenda for the 18th. And we have really pushed the schedule up as far as city processing on that specific plan to get that taken care of, because we understand how important it is. I think it's important that any citizens out here that have the opportunity to show up on the 18th and voice your opinion how important or not important you think that is would also be helpful. But